Hey guys, what you see here is a Winfull GE vent ceiling fan. Now this ceiling fan, it looks kind of generic, but this one is actually an older model. This is made by Winco, who also made, they made a few other models. They made some spinners. I think they actually made St. Louis Fan Company ceiling fans. They made a few other brands. They manufactured for a few other brands. But this one is Winfull, which from what I have heard is Winco's distributing brand, I think. So that was essentially their brand. Yeah, I got this one last night for free. Picked it up absolutely free off Marketplace. So it was a nice find. And it has, let me see, it's a 5-blade model, 5-bladed GE vents from the early, this one's from the early 80s. 5-bladed GE vents from this time period are pretty uncommon, because at that time 4-bladed fans were, I think, the most popular, and they didn't start making 5-bladed fans till around that time. So this is one of the very first 5-bladed, at least generic style ceiling fan. But yeah, it's a very chunky thing. It's got a bell canopy, traditional style bell canopy. It's got large filigree on the side, which is kind of reminiscent of the later Evergos or the earlier SMCs. And it's got this really neat beveled glass chandelier style light kit. And something that is weird, the pull chain on the light kit is broken off. The pull chain would originally come out of the center. However, there's a pull chain on the side of the nose, opposite of the pull chain for the fan that actually controls the light. And I am not sure if that is factory, or if somebody did that. I mean, if they did that when the pull chain broke, that would have kind of been a bit of, like, that would be pointless, because that's so much easier to just replace the pull chain for the light kit. But so I think it is factory. And it has the pull chain extension on the light kit is actually very, very similar to that of an early Emerson. So like the old Emerson 1895 series, the old Sears Emerson turn of the centuries. It's the wooden ball pendant, and then the one on the fan is that sort of decorative wood thing. I don't know, I've seen those before. So yeah, the blades are completely plain on both sides. And one thing I don't like about this fan is the brass. It's polished brass, but the polished brass is not real brass plating. It's actually chrome with a yellow lacquer. And what that means is the lacquer comes off really easily. So I was cleaning it with my degreaser, because I think this was in the kitchen. Cleaning it with my degreaser, and the lacquer started to come off. So I was like, okay, stop. So I got all the dirt off as best I could without removing the lacquer, and it's still there. And I also had that problem with the tag on the top. The old tags on these old 80s fans rub off really easily and like there's usually a lot of grease on top, so I have to like scrub really hard. But I never know if it's going to be one of those tags that rubs off easily, and unfortunately this one is. So I rubbed off a bit, but it's still there for the most part. But I immediately stopped as soon as I saw it was rubbing off. So yeah, I hate that. I wish they laminated the tags with like plastic or something, so that they didn't rub off when you tried to clean them. So this fan's got a huge cast iron spinner motor, made by Winco, as I mentioned. It's J-hook mounted, and it came with the J-hook and the rubber grommet and everything, so I got this 100% complete. So, anything else? Oh yeah, when I got it, it was seized up, completely seized up. So I shot a lot of WD-40 in it and let it sit overnight and today, and now it's free spinning. So I was running it for about an hour beforehand on medium so that it wouldn't seize up. And it does make a fair bit of wet bearing noise in reverse mainly, but forward is fine. So I'm going to turn the light kit on and demonstrate that for you. One second here. So this light kit takes 4 candelabra base bulbs. I have 2 frosted ones in there and 2 clear ones. The clear ones, one of them is 40 watt and one is 60 watt. I didn't have 240 or 260, so I just used what I had. Because like I rarely use candelabra base bulbs, so I only had this many. One of the glass panes is cracked, but I've put it towards the back so you can't see it. So, light kit off and turn the fan on. The motor itself is essentially silent. The bearings are the only thing that make noise. It doesn't spin terribly fast, but it moves a lot of air. I'd say this is an average high speed for a fan of this time. Not too fast. It's definitely not as fast as I would expect from a huge cast iron motor of that size, but you know, I guess it's because my Moss Heirloom has a cast iron motor that's about the same size, but it's even heavier, and it spins way faster than this. So, who knows? It could be the capacitor. I don't know. I'll have to test that. Alright, let's take it down to medium. So there's your medium speed. And low. A little bit of wobble. The blades are still a little bent, and I didn't want to bend them too much because I think these blade arms are the kind that are like have a really thin casting, so they probably would break easily. Alright, let's turn it off. Low speed is pretty fast. Not a huge fan of that, but alright. Reverse. And let's see what low does in reverse. It is humming a bit more in reverse, I notice. Yeah, it's got a cyclic hum in reverse for some reason. I don't know why that is. Okay, so let's put it up to medium. And high. Wobble is not as bad in reverse on high. Alright. Okay. So, here's your up-close view. Your light kit. As you can see, the 4 candelabra bulbs, and there's where the pull chain would originally come out. It's an old Leviton pull chain. And the light kit is... Oh, this is a Moss light kit. Oh, I did not realize that. I didn't read the tag all the way through, so that's a Moss light kit. Probably around the same age as the fan. It does definitely seem like that. So there's the light kit for the pull chain. It definitely looks newer. It could be a replacement. But this is the Emerson style wooden ball pendant, and the other one for the fan. The fan pull chain is very old, as you can see. Probably another Leviton style one. So there's your GE vent top and bottom plate. Large filigree. The blades are this nice dark finish. These are solid wood. I don't know what kind of wood. And there's your bell canopy. And then the motor itself goes out to about here. So it's a huge motor. Goes out to like around the first row of the first part of the GE vent. So the tag is on top and it's right there. See if I can get a model number. Or did it rub away too much? So it is Winfull Fan Manufactory, I think that's how you say that, Limited. It's model WF-202. Decorative ceiling fan. 0.8 amp 52, I think that says. 52-inch sweep. And UL listing, made in Hong Kong. This is definitely an older import, and then that's a serial number right there. Tag kind of flipped over. There you go. Alright. Closer look at the huge bell canopy. Alright, so that's about it for this video. So that is the Winfull, made by Winco, 5-bladed GE vent ceiling fan. Thank you for watching, and more to come.